and we are back with another one of these streams, and we're going to play Mmallahan Sauriol. It makes me think of like Middle Earth, for fairly obvious reasons. So we have black tees and pin one. Let's give this one a go. So, kind of, this contest built off the Dream Team stuff, where there were those shared plots, but in this case, it was very much a you can interpret the plot space however you want. I like that this one's more treed in. That's very different. Okay, we still got water bodies. We've got clubhouse. Yeah, this one is more like every hole is its own little event, whereas the previous one was more conjoined areas. No, 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 no. It's far from it. In like proper contest mode, you get loads. The bunkers are big. Malhan's been an absolute tear, so like this one probably got done in like 5 days, I would imagine. Okay. Well, like the look of this. There's some densely planted water area. You can thin out a little. Like, yeah, it goes from nothing to everything. You can thin out a little bit. Oh, very different to the previous one. Commercials. Sorry, Ducker. Yeah. And some interesting bunkering and stuff like that. I mean, there's no commercials on YouTube, so happy days. All right, whereabouts are we? Somewhere up here. Okay, I have some thoughts. Oh, we're here. Here's the guy. Okay, hello again. Yes, we are here. Right. The Yeah, that feels fine. I will say I dislike the light rough around the bunkers. I know some courses do it, and I think it looks terrible there too. So it's not a real life thing. It's just like that must be what it means. Uh, this one was too hard for Plat, was it? Especially when we start doing shapes like this, like the light rough cut. Just yeah, it looks a bit silly. Right, 440. Let's hit it somewhere down there. Come on, wind. Beautiful. I like the more like the contrast to more treed in is immediately suiting me. Right, not because I like the open one. I just like the contrast, and like tree line looks really good. I know we're kind of mixing in all sorts, and like there's probably some autogen in here as well, based on how stuff is. But I don't care. It's good. Uh, too hard for Black. Oh, we'll try it. Okay, so we got something up there. Fine. Yeah, we are getting man with dog. That's from what I've taken. That's all we're gonna get. This is a weird nitpick. The heavy rough here seems very bright compared to these two. Like, just noticed it on that little angle. Didn't look anywhere else. New sheds will be great. Okay. Oh, two. I like the green site. Oh, I just wish we could do water properly. Asian city buildings are good. Okay. And where are we playing now? Okay, this is doable. You know, yeah. And if it's a good decision, I sure as hell don't really fancy laying up over here, so I might as well go for it. Deal. Are we going to hit that tree and just drop into the... Oh, no. No, we're okay. And now where are we going? Okay, we're into a bunker. That's probably fine. I'm trying to work out what I feel of this feature. I don't think I love it. It takes it. Yeah, I get it. I understand it. I think there are certain things with greens that like we all have. You see on these courses, like we all have our view on what is acceptable and what isn't, and everyone's differs slightly. Like there are things like I would not have done that green feature, but I'd have done a whole lot of other dumb ones. So, ah, well, two terrible putts. Hmm. Okay. Right. What have we got here? Oh, so this is where the planting bit comes in. I would, yeah. For me, I feel like the thing that separates our like the people who can plant a course and just get it completed and like are great planters is like the gradation, I guess, of like where you get little bits of planting and then suddenly you get really denser parts. Whereas here it's kind of like we've got nothing and then we've got everything. And like I think that would be my one comment on the planting. Like I don't hate it. I like the blend of stuff, but it's everything and everywhere rather than like little bits, if that makes sense. Um, I do like that you put water in there because that means I do not want to go through it. I think you put water in there. Yeah, there's bits. Kind of hard to tell with the double water plane thing. Yeah, I just and man with dog. Need a man walking a dog. Somewhere up here. I like the little spine that comes through the fairway. That's cool. Works really nicely. Mm, something there. Yeah, layup was the play. Versus dog. That would be so much more funny. And to be fair, I'm currently teaching l'étranger at the moment to upper sixth, and that is like one of the chapters does have a man with in a hate relationship with his dog. So uh, there is a Preston, I guess. Uh, I don't really like this one. I'm sorry. It's just doing a lot of things that feel a bit forced. Like I feel like I'm forced to play that. I could have played. I could have done it differently. And then I don't love the angle and this. Like it's one of those where it's just being a little severe everywhere. I mean, this is what you mean. What subjects do I teach? I teach French and German. Nah, 3 weeks worth of patience. I just cannot putt on this game anymore. It's amazing what a few months away will do for you. Nothing more. He promised. We all heard it. Okay. Cart path on the inside of the fairway is a decision. Right, because it's taking away the water. 1 second. Okay, and we're back. Decisions were. Oh, I've missed some stuff. Yes, apparently, Axel, we are. Decisions were indeed made. Cool. I think I've covered everything. I don't mind the like slightly hogsbacky fairway. I like the angled tee box. That's quite cool. I think planting is a little bit giant here, and like once you notice that, it's really hard to unsee it. A little bit of a fade somewhere down there. Yeah, I like this hole. Well, the green is you've done. I think we just had the previous green that had a high middle bit and in a sort of teardrop shape. Was it maybe two ago? Can't recall. Like feels like we're doing very severe angles. No, they're not. For all the shit the willows used to get, they're not that bad. This one looks nice. I like this approach. I think you don't need to force the green shape and angles and stuff so much. Also, like the little rough, heavy rough mound here in amongst like bits of light rough and fairway, like the surfacing here is, yeah, that's not it. Um, it just doesn't make much sense. I think you could use the willows and it would be fine. Oh, it's gone that way. Huh. I will say the difficulty on this course is more coming from the greens than anything else, and I think they really needed a bit of a flatten. Okay. This one just desperately needs more space. There's no, because this is not an option. Yeah, yeah, this one's not it. I mean, you have to hit the drive, and therefore there's no choice to be made. Okay, we are up a bit. Bucket somewhere here. Yeah, about there. There will do. Yeah. So like this is kind of what I mean about the greens, and I think Malahan and I have talked about this probably since this course, but like a lot of the beads are just going in all different directions. There's not really much meaning to them. Which like so it is challenging, but it's not challenging for a good reason. It's just random. Huh, there we go. 228 to a front pin. Everything flows away. Yeah. I suspect Dario might appreciate this more than I do. Yeah, I do like that. The bunker layering is good. There's lots this hole gets right. And there's just a like it would just be really nice to allow the shot. Like even if you would so like I think what you stockade time. I think what you'd see like I don't know, a pithy or someone do with this sort of a shot is just you gotta give a kick a slope coming in here. And like the way to really screw people over is you allow that to be there, but then the whole green goes this way, and this is why consistent slopes are good. Because if you miss that kicker and you go over it, and you kind of like, let's say it's a spine and you roll over, then you've got a chip shot coming back the other way towards the bunker, and like you're thinking in that sort of way. Whereas here, if I miss this side, like it's fine, like okay. Um, the place I can't miss really is down here, I would say, and even then, like I can splash out onto here, and I've got an uphill part. Like thinking a little bit more about that, like what's the next shot look like, rather than just making everything like you can't hit this. Because once you make it that everything falls off everywhere, you're always leaving an uphill putt. I think I might have left it in a different position that I couldn't leave it, but that's okay. We're going to roll away now and off the green. And yeah, sorry, it should be an obvious disclaimer, but just because I can't hit these shots doesn't mean I can't, like, yeah, it doesn't mean I can still not critique them. Like, you can still see things and not talk about them. Again, like, bring the fairway closer. Like, this is your big feature. Let's have the fairway go right up to it. Exactly. Yeah, that's not happening. And we got some surfacing stuff here as well, I think. So you see how the rough dips in. I don't know if that's by I think that is by design rather than deforming. It might be deforming. Yeah, yeah. I really don't like the light rough. Okay, if we play to here, then we have that. So that's probably the play. Oh, he's not winning any majors. We all know this. Right, it shot my old friend. Hmm. There we go. There we are. Okay, the ninth. I like a par 3 ninth. It feels like a neat way to get back to a clubhouse of just whatever you've got left over. They've probably exposed just a little more sand on the front bunker. Right, this bit in front is getting in the way of the sightline. Nope. Yeah, again, you've got like a pin right on a spot where it breaks both ways. Like, it is difficult, but this hole feels like it. I would say it's off a totally different golf course. Like, suddenly we've gone into Stanley Thompson land. Of like, this is St George's. I would like, yeah, it feels almost identical to a hole at St George's. Might not be St George's, but that's the vibe it gives me of like the second hole, maybe. I don't know much about St George's. I never ever wanted to look at that one. Yeah, don't don't really care for this. Just don't understand. So why is this fairway? Would be my question. And is it when it's rolling off? Surely it's rolling all the way through to the light rough. So why would it ever be fairway? And if it were fairway, why would this bit not be fairway? Maybe just have your rough mounds here. I just don't really understand it. Yeah, I agree, Ducker. Like the whole, like all of this is a it simplifies that. Like this runoff, whole of the left side there. Also, I like this planting. Like, let's bring that a little closer to playable area. Would be cool. Um, I also have a 3 iron. Okay, a great tee shot. In fairness, oh look, I could have been in. Oh, we knew this. Let's try a pop shot for no reason. That's how this works. Whee! And we're gone. It's also a personal feeling, but like, I hate it on my own courses if this ever happens and you roll off and you roll all the way through the fairway and into the rough. Like, the fairway should, for my money, generally be like you stop somewhere down here. That's what links courses tend to do, and like the rough is if you've hit way offline. Um, more but that might be more a personal preference. Like, I can see why it's a difficulty thing as well. Ah, tapper tapper tapper. Okay. Yeah, this one I like more. It's just, like, it's simpler. I do think the bunkers are kind of like everything in terms of shaping. We're doing lots of different things. That's not a comment on this hole, more just like general. Whee! Oh, I didn't think it would get down that far. Huh, that's cool. I like these little mounds on here. I think these look good. Like, this is a cool look. Ugh. Oh no, I needed a bit more. No. Yeah, that's kind of it, Finley. I don't mind rolling off a green. There are some people who really do, but I don't mind it. I kind of feel like if you roll off a green, generally you should end up in fairway, and there are the odd times like Augusta where this looks lovely. Yeah, we've gone into full Stanley mode with the bunkers. Like some of this surfacing, I don't think this would ever be fairway. I don't understand why it would be. But yeah. Okay. It's a nice short par three. Yeah, this is my favourite looking hole on the course by a long way. Somewhere there. Good. Excellent. 20:52. I'm just looking at my what time it is and when I need to go to sleep. I can probably do one more after this. Similar to the last course, I think this is just raised up too much. You can do the Augusta sort of thing, but let's just not make it 10 feet above. And just if you're going to do this, like, do fairway all the way in. Why would we have light rough? If you're the sort of course that is going to cut fairway that close to the water, you're going to cut it all the way. I like the sight line here. This is nice. I do really like the tree lined style for this course. It fits nicely. Why do I have better lie percentage for 3-iron than I do 5-iron? And oh, there we go. Yeah, like you can see from here, if you look at how this is, it's just really high compared to where the water is, like just too much. Drop it down a little bit. Gotta say, considering how badly I'm playing, this isn't. Ew. Ew. Somewhere there? Yeah, it's fine. We'll just two putt and move on. There's a willow. Okay. Little bunker, which I think I can probably kind of just aim at. Aim at and completely pull it. There's lots of the look I really like. I wish this were a little sparser in places, but I do like the blend of grasses and how that meshes. I kind of wish this came into play just a little more, but maybe it's about to be fair. Oh, that was a horrible slow. Oh, really? I have not been following any of it. What have I missed? There we go, we made a par. Oh, right. Oh. Yeah. Okay, well, that sounds nasty. Um, Lots I like on this one. Knew I was going to go there. It's the obvious worst place to miss. And I like that there is a clear... There's a clear worst place to miss on that hole. Oh, good. Well, I mean, they certainly have the money to... There we go. Hundreds would be interesting. Okay. I do feel like you it brings fair. Like, this hole would be harder if you brought fairway closer to your biggest hazard, because it would tempt more people to go over it and make a mess of it. Like this. See, harder. I like the green shape here. I know. Mm, it depends which one's right. Like, knowing Augusta, they'd do things to replace them, wouldn't they? Okay. Uh, I don't like this much. I'm sorry. Just we've got 4 distinct pin positions, and like, it's just you hit the shot or nothing. I don't know. I think we can do more interesting par threes than this. Oh, it stopped at least. Who knows? Okay, 5 over. Maybe better's coming after this one. Okay, and 18. Yeah, again, just I think it's too high above the water. In a common theme tonight. Okay, it's defaulting me to a lob wedge. Generally not a great sign. I don't know why it is though. This should be fine. Yeah, it should be fine. I think we have too much going on this hole. There's like, a lot of bunkers we don't need. And that the hole would be better off without. Oh, I'd forgotten that blurb. It was such a favourite. There we go. We made a par, I think. No, it's the best blurb. Oh, there we go. There's lots of stuff I liked, and then there's just some things where it feels like it's, for lack of a better word, just a little forced. Like sometimes simple is good, and not everything needs to be crazy. Um, and hopefully that's kind of explained as we go through. But I really liked the tree line vibe. It was very different to the first one. Um, yeah, I think also just like with the first one as well, stadium doesn't mean you can't allow a single play. Like just incentivize the layout, but make that second shot harder. And I know that it's very easy to look at the courses I've made and go, well, yeah, but that second shot's impossible. But you're still trying to incentivize the layout. Yes, never apologize for Rory blurbs. He loves them. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff there, and like it's a fun course. They all like so far better than I was expecting. I had no expectations coming in whatsoever. Anyway, that's going to be me for this evening, I think. But good to be back, and I will try to do some. Probably won't be tomorrow night. Probably